Good morning, Bande Matram. Welcome all of you. The topic we are choosing for discussion for this morning is on dark condition does not discourage my will to help the world. Even amid the dark conditions, I help the world. That is the topic of discussion for this morning. We'll see right now. Sri Aurobindo quotes from the Sri Aurobindo's analysis we can see. From this same sentence we can see. For myself, Sri Aurobindo quotes, the dark conditions don't discourage me of the vanity of my will to help the world. Of course, we know Sri Aurobindo is devoid of vanity. He is divine. So, as he has mentioned that this vanity and all, so we are focusing, but originally speaking, truly speaking, this vanity has never touched Sri Aurobindo throughout his life. We have seen, never we have seen, because he is Sri Aurobindo. Anyway, for myself, Sri Aurobindo starts the sentence like this: the dark conditions does not discourage me of the vanity of my will to help the world, for I knew they had come to me. They were there in the world nature. It is there. It is ever existent. Its existence is very much prominent. We can find. So, Sri Aurobindo quotes, they come. I know they had to come, and they were there in the world nature, and has to rise up, and has to rise up. They have to rise up, so that they might be exhausted and expelled. They might be exhausted or expelled. Expelled because these are there. They are very much. Their presence is very much prominent. You can see. So that the world is once they get expelled, exhausted or expelled, and the better the world freed from their might be from their clothes. World must be free. So these bad forces are there. Their presence is very much prominent. And they don't discourage me. I am here. I know they are there and they are rising up. And where there is divinity, there is stupidity. So they come. And the thing is that they have to be exhausted and expelled. And a better world freed from the might be there. So if the world, they are discouraged and expelled, the world will be better. After all, something has been done in order the outer field. In the outer field, something has been done because it is visible, and that may help and prepare. First, already something is done in the outer world, which will be helpful, and it is preparing for getting something done in the inner field also. So this outer, it will create something that is inner. So that preparation is going on. It is seen. It is visible. Of course, it is not visible to the ordinary eyes, but something somehow who are in the yogic, having the yogic vision, or they are pursuing this integral yogic process, to some extent they feel. Sri Aurobindo gives the example. For instance, India is free, and her freedom was necessary for the divine work. It was a free. See, once upon a time, India was considered the country of snake charmers by those people. Now itself, see, you can find the GDP. It is exceeding their GDP. Once upon a time, India was considered as the poorest country of snake charmers. Now itself, you can find it is one of the richest. It is a developing, and will shortly, maybe within some few years, you can find it is a developed country. And those who were developed now, they are struggling after their survival. They can't just stick to their own position which they were handling. The world is trembling like anything. It is second. Even particularly after the corona period, you can find the world is actually debased, disfigured, distorted. You can imagine something people try to hide, but it is visibly seen. Sri Aurobindo quotes, India must be free, and this freedom was necessary for the divine work was to be done. The difficulties that surround her, so many difficulties are there, because Sri Aurobindo quoted something before 1950. And here we can find this is almost around 70. I don't know when exactly this quotation, Sri Aurobindo quoted this sentence, but actually long, minimum 72 years, minimum. Before that, Sri Aurobindo quoted. And the difficulties surround her now and may increase for a time. Not that the difficulty will go, it will increase for time. And especially with regard to Pakistan, so far this Pakistan is concerned, imbroglio, you can find something is there. Pakistan going down. And the most of the things who helped them. Now itself their condition is precarious. They are not in a position to save themselves. You can take the example of China. They try to, dominate the country through the, economic expansion. Now things seem to be very clumsy, very hazy, very confusing. Their condition, wherever they have invested, everything is getting a loss. That one belt, that one road or economic corridor, whatever they were just doing, now itself they are getting distorted. You can find a revolt. Government is changing. Their mind setup is something else. So thing is that you don't know, your money has been thrown into the sea. You don't know whether you will be able to catch them up. And the profit is another question. It is in the another sphere. Now you've been that original your money. You are not that not in a position to cover them up. And also the things had to come and be cleared out. Here, to share in the course, there is sure to be a full clearance, though unfortunately a considerable amount of human suffering in the process of inevitable. Naturally, when there will be there, the world is going on the verge of change. The transformation has to come. So something anyhow you have to suffer. There is somehow you will see the suffering. Afterwards, the words of the divine will become more possible. Now itself it seems something hazy, something questionable. Even people who are leading the spiritual life under the banner of Sri Aurobindo and Mother, they are also questioning when it is going to happen, how long it will take to be materialized like this. But thing is that it is so it is there. Divine will become more possible. Afterward, the work for the divine will become more possible, and it will be that the dream, if it is a dream of leading the world towards the spiritual light, may even become a reality. You can think it is a dream or something, or it is on just a calculation, something you can take on your own way. But thing is that it is reality. Now itself it is on the way. So finally you can find after some time it is going to happen. So I am not disposed of no, even then in these dark conditions to consider my will to help the world in as a condemned to failure. I condemn to failure. I know definitely one day will come. India will progress. India will lead the world. India will guide the world. And this suffering and whatever we see right now in our own vision, that is temporary. That is for the time being. It is coming. It has to come out. Like homeopathy, you are taking, and after some time you can find this homeopathy that thing are over. So when it is over, that you are taking medicine for some purpose, but actually you are suffering in another way. So yeah, this type of scenario, it will go, and permanently it will root out the suffering disease, and finally you will be cured forever. So like this solution is there, and the Sri Aurobindo quotes these disappointments. They don't bar my will to work to the world, not only to India but to the world. It is there. I am not discouraged. The dark conditions don't discourage me of the vanity of my will to help the world. I am here to help the world. For that actually I am here. I have taken birth. I have descended into this world. So I must continue, and I must do. This is my will. This is my vision. This is my vision. I am here. And then Sri Aurobindo moves a little bit forward and asks, I believe that descent of this truth, a truth has descended. This descent of the truth, so is this descent, this truth has descended, this truth. Actually, what happens? Opening the way to the development of the divine conscious here. Without this truth, without the help of this truth, without the guidance of this truth, actually there must be any development of the divine consciousness. Here to be a final sense of earthly evolution. So that evolution is there, evolution is on the way, human evolution, earth evolution we can see, but the thing is that descent of the truth is it has got a big role to play. It is doing the work. If greater men than myself have myself have not had the vision. Some people have the vision and the ideal before him. There is no reason why I should follow my truth sense and a truth vision. But something has to come, something has to be done. They have to be very much careful. They must actually notice, acknowledge the truth that is descending. We have to see. So I have here in the course. Uh, Whether it is the divine will or the divine or myself, whether it is the divine will or not, whether I am sent to bring that down or open the way for the descent, and or at least make it more possible or not, that is the point of thing. I am here, I know, but thing is that in the greater vision for the greater people who are living in that atmosphere, they are not aware. For sometimes they think and sometimes they close their eyes. And I have no intention of achieving the supermind for myself alone, because he is himself. First, that achieving supermind for myself, it is not my intention. So what I have to do, I am not doing anything for myself. That is the greatness, that is the magnanimity of the Sri Aurobindo, and that is the beauty of his saying. I am not doing anything for myself. I don't have any intention to achieve the supermind for myself. As I have no personal need of everything, neither the salvation, mukhya. That is not also I need for myself. It is not there. And nor supramentalization. Nothing. No, not even mukhya, nor even supramentalization, I need nothing for me. If I am seeking after the supramentalization, it is because it is a thing that has to be done for the earth consciousness. Suppose I have to do, because for this supramentalization, for this descent, he actually he sacrificed his life. Sure, in the course, if I am doing for that supramentalization, it is not for me, for the earth consciousness, the consciousness at large, the enlarged consciousness for at large, for earth consciousness. And if it is not done by in myself, it can't be done by others. Suppose this is not done by myself, then nobody can do it. It can never be done. For that I am here. Moksha and Nirbana, this Surga Prapti is not the intention of my sadhana. इसलिए मैं काम नहीं करता हूँ. अगर मुख्य और निर्वाण हमारे लिए ये योग का लक्ष्य होता तो मैं उधर नहीं होता कि माँ भी उधर नहीं होती. So our purpose is different. For that actually that supramentalization, I have come here. So my supramentalization is only a key for opening the gates. It is only a key for opening the gates of the supramental to the earth consciousness. That is what Sri Aurobindo gave his life. There is no other go. Like you can go, you have heard the story of Ganges when actually Ganga descended. This earth is not prepared. So what we have to do? The what has to be done? That the pressure is unbearable to the naked earth, unprepared earth. For that, actually, in between this Mahadeva came. So we through Mahadeva's hair, it descended into the earth surface, and it got materialized. It is flowing on the earthly atmosphere. Like this supramental descent, it was the same condition. This earth is unprepared. Human love is insufficient. This earth is not ready. For that, actually, Sri Aurobindo has to catch everything, hold everything in her body, and through his body, actually, it descended and worked in the atmosphere, earthly atmosphere. For that, actually, he has sacrificed his body and life. That is what the sacrifice. This is divine sacrifice. So, done for its own sake, and it would be perfectly futile. Of course, anyone who wants to change the earth nature must first accept it in order to change it. Naturally, it is there. He who save the world must share its pain. It is the criteria. It is the truth. And in God labor, I can recite two lines. He who would bring the heavens here must descend himself into the clay. He who would bring the heaven here must descend here into the clay. That is what the requirement. And the burden of the earthly nature bear and tread the dolorous way. That is the requirement. For that Sri Aurobindo came and had the divine sacrifice for the sake of the world. Thank you.